All wheat currently produced is genetically modified. As a result, new proteins are formed, ones the human body has never encountered before. Ancient wheat varieties, like emmer, which our ancestors consumed for hundreds and even thousands of years, did not contain such high levels of gluten or these novel proteins. High blood cholesterol levels are not directly linked to eating foods high in cholesterol. In fact, 80% of the cholesterol found in the bloodstream is synthesized by the body itself. Elevated cholesterol is a result of internal imbalances rather than dietary factors. Omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids are essential because the body cannot produce them, they must come from food. In modern diets, foods rich in omega-6 fatty acids dominate, and these promote inflammation. From them, the body synthesizes inflammatory cytokines, which lead to systemic inflammation. People who lived 100 to 200 years ago had a more balanced ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 fatty acids. Today, the widespread consumption of fast food and snacks containing vegetable oils has led to an excessive intake of omega-6. Vegetable oils vary significantly in their fatty acid composition. Sunflower, cottonseed, corn, rice bran, and peanut oils are all high in omega-6. Experts recommend replacing them with olive oil, which is mostly omega-9. Flaxseed and hempseed oils are rich in omega-3, while avocado oil is also high in omega-9. Omega-9 fatty acids can be synthesized by the body, which makes oils rich in them more neutral and safer for health. Vegetable oils are not recommended for frying because they oxidize quickly when heated. Oxidized fats can trigger inflammatory processes in the body. Each oil has a smoke point, the temperature at which it begins to burn. Butter has a low smoke point, making it unsuitable for frying. For high-temperature cooking, clarified butter or ghee is a better choice due to its higher smoke point. Coconut oil is also suitable for frying thanks to its high smoke point. Not all animal fats are equally healthy. Pork fat is discouraged due to the conditions in which pigs are raised and the quality of their feed. Toxins accumulate mostly in fat tissue, reducing the quality of the product. Fats from cattle, sheep, ducks, and geese are considered higher quality and safer for health. French fries are among the unhealthiest foods because of how they are prepared. Fast food chains usually use canola oil for frying, as it is the cheapest in the world. This oil is widely used in fast food and mass catering. The habit of eating bread with every meal originated during times of food scarcity, when people struggled with hunger. Bread was a primary source of carbohydrates and energy, helping people survive. This tradition became ingrained, especially among generations that lived through war and famine. Today, hunger is no longer a pressing issue, and there is no longer a need for such large quantities of bread. Moreover, the quality of bread and grain has changed drastically compared to what previous generations consumed. In treating gastritis and Helicobacter pylori infection, conventional medicine often prescribes 3 antibiotics at once. However, this aggressive approach isn't always justified in cases of gastritis. Among natural remedies, cabbage juice has proven effective. It contains vitamin U, which promotes healing of the mucous membranes and supports digestion. Antibiotics should be used cautiously and only when truly necessary in treating H. pylori. Once the infection is eliminated, the body absorbs vitamins and minerals from food much more effectively. Many people avoid butter because it contains cholesterol. However, high-quality butter with a fat content of at least 82% can be part of a healthy diet. It's important to choose natural butter, not butter substitutes, spreads, or margarine, which are not beneficial for health. Modern wheat is the result of selective breeding aimed at producing varieties that are drought, wind, and pest resistant, and that yield high crops from small areas. Gluten is used not only in bread and baked goods for dough elasticity, but also in other industries for its binding properties. It can even be found in mascara. As a result of selective breeding, modern wheat contains new proteins that the human body has never encountered before. This can lead to sensitivity not only to gluten, but also to other proteins found in modern wheat flour. Celiac disease is the classic example of gluten intolerance. It used to be a rare condition, but it is now increasingly common. One reason is that modern medicine allows children who would not have survived in the past due to natural selection to live and reproduce. Many people test negative for celiac disease but still have non-celiac gluten sensitivity. For these individuals, eliminating gluten can lead to clearer skin, reduced fatigue and brain fog, improved focus, less swelling, better digestion, and enhanced absorption of vitamins and minerals. Gluten, as a binding substance, coats the intestinal cells and villi like glue, preventing the proper absorption of nutrients. To restore the normal condition of the intestinal lining, it takes 1 to 3 months after completely eliminating gluten from the diet. For gastrointestinal issues, a gradual elimination of certain foods can be effective. It is recommended to first eliminate sugar, then reduce dairy intake, and finally cut out all gluten-containing foods. It's important to understand that once gluten is reintroduced, symptoms may return. Even small amounts of gluten-containing foods can lead to a gradual buildup of negative processes in the body over the course of a week. Despite increased awareness of proper nutrition, the quality of modern foods is often poor. Even healthy foods lack sufficient vitamins and minerals, making it necessary to take additional vitamin and mineral supplements. Health issues are often the primary motivation for changing one's diet. Digestive problems, excess weight, skin and hair conditions, allergic reactions, and hives can cause more discomfort than dietary restrictions. Proper brain function, sustained energy, healthy skin, normal weight, and good digestive health serve as strong incentives for maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Changing dietary habits takes time, as it involves breaking established neural patterns. Today, there are plenty of gluten-free options available: bread, crackers, baked goods, and desserts. In large cities, specialized cafes and coffee shops offer gluten-free products. Over time, the desire to replace gluten-containing foods diminishes as taste preferences change. It becomes easier to enjoy meals without bread or to use alternative combinations, such as spreading butter on cheese instead. Soups are a suitable part of the diet, especially when there's a need for something light and liquid. There is no scientific evidence that liquid food is better than solid food, so the choice depends on personal preference. Gastritis is an inflammation of the stomach lining. Acute gastritis is accompanied by pain, nausea, vomiting, and an inability to eat. Atrophic gastritis can be a precancerous condition in which the stomach lining thins, creating an environment where precancerous and cancerous cells can develop. The primary cause of gastritis is stress, not poor diet. The digestive system is regulated by hormones and the autonomic nervous system, which includes the sympathetic and parasympathetic branches. The sympathetic system activates the body, raising blood pressure and blood sugar, and functions through adrenaline. The parasympathetic system calms the body and activates digestion. Stress disrupts the balance between these systems, leading to digestive problems. The sympathetic nervous system controls the fight or flight response. In dangerous situations, like running from an enemy or fighting a wild animal, the digestive system shuts down, as it's not needed in that moment. Once the danger passes and the person relaxes in a safe environment, the parasympathetic system kicks in and restores normal digestion. Under constant, chronic stress, the body can't switch properly between these systems. The parasympathetic system becomes impaired and fails to regulate digestion. As a result, food is poorly digested, leading to fermentation, putrefaction, and imbalances in the gut microbiome. Chronic stress creates favorable conditions for Helicobacter pylori infection. This bacterium is widespread in water, food, and on hands, and can be transmitted from person to person. A healthy stomach is resistant to H. pylori. The bacteria are destroyed in the acidic environment. However, under certain conditions like inflammation or low stomach acidity, the bacteria can settle and multiply, sustaining inflammation and potentially causing ulcers. Helicobacter pylori leads to the development of ulcers in the stomach and duodenum, which requires special treatment. Conventional medicine treats H. pylori infections with 3 antibiotics at once. This aggressive approach significantly disrupts the gut microbiome, which then requires restoration. In integrative medicine, antibiotics for H. pylori are rarely used. Instead, natural substances that can target the bacteria are preferred. The main goal of preventive medicine is to create conditions in which the bacteria cannot thrive. Smoking negatively affects the gastrointestinal mucosa. Nicotine constricts blood vessels throughout the body, including those in the stomach and intestines. This leads to temporary ischemia and poor blood flow, creating an environment for disease. Aggressive substances like green tea, cranberry juice, and ginger tea are not recommended during acute gastritis or flare-ups of chronic gastritis, as they can irritate the stomach lining. An effective natural remedy is cabbage juice, which contains vitamin U. This vitamin promotes healing of the stomach lining. The drug Gastrorix is based on vitamin U. Mucilaginous foods that form a protective layer over the stomach lining are helpful for gastritis. These include kissel, a starchy drink, flaxseed decoction, and marshmallow root tea. These remedies coat the lining and shield it from acidic irritation, allowing tissue regeneration to occur beneath the protective layer. Effective treatment of gastrointestinal diseases requires a comprehensive approach, including stress management, quitting smoking, proper nutrition, natural protective agents, and, when necessary, elimination of H. pylori infection. Understanding the root causes of disease not only helps alleviate symptoms but also prevents their recurrence. Now it's your turn. Leave your question about nutrition and health in the comments. The most interesting ones will be featured in upcoming episodes. Give a thumbs up if you found this content helpful, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new videos. This is a community of people who take their health seriously and want to eat better. And don't miss the next video, it's packed with practical tips that will change the way you think about food starting today.